Welcome back to my film and TV channel. We're all staying safe, and we've got a psychological drama to look at today. Nearly 2 hours, just a minute under 2 hours. It's called, very pleasantly called, Die My Love. Yes, not very pleasant at all, this film. A 15 certificate, and it's based on the 2012 novel Die My Love by Ariana Howitz. Clarice Luffrey from the Independent newspaper and website said, Die My Love captures most meaningfully the feeling of spiraling mental distress as like a dam that's about to burst with no river to carry its water. There you go, very interesting prose there. Barry Gertz of the Globe and Mail wasn't quite as gushing. He said, in a more controlled and less punishing film, Lawrence's deeply committed performance, talking Jennifer Lawrence in this, will be the discussion of the year, yet she's tossed herself to the wolves here. The star provided no care or cover by her director. What is the point in going so raw, so feral, if the result is so scattered, so interminable, so irredeemably silly? There you go. So two totally different perceptions of this film. I'm a little bit nearer one of those, I can certainly say, but it's an interesting film where I do, when I give scores to films, occasionally I'll get a film and I won't score it. I'm not going to score this one, but I'll just give you reasons why as we go through this. We'll have a look at what the critics are saying as well. So we'll have a look. Please, guys, if you are new to the channel, hit that like button. Helps the channel's algorithms, helps get us out there in the search engines. If you enjoy the content, thanks for that. Subscribe if you've not already done so, that'd be great. And of course, if you've got any hype points to spare, if you can do that for me, that also helps the algorithms, also helps the channel, the content get out there as well. So if you can spare us any hype points, you can spread them, of course, to different people, different vlogs, etc., different channels. So if you can spare us any, I'll be very grateful. Right, as I said, this stars Jennifer Lawrence in the main role, and her loving husband, let's just say that, Robert Pattinson, or loving boyfriend come husband, Lakeith Stanfield, Sissy SpaceX in this, yes, Nick Nolte, but they've not got big roles, but it's nice to see them. Gabrielle Rose, Debs Howard, Sarah Lynn star in this. This came out on November the 7th in the United States, so check your territories. I'm doing this review on a couple of weeks later, on the 22nd of November 2025. Right, whether you like Pattinson and Lawrence, watching them sort of dance around and mope around, actually, the small house at the outset of this, with the aforementioned lady pregnant at the time. Admittedly, great background music, I like that, but it did get a bit monotonous for me. I mean, this is nearly 2 hours. I think it certainly could have cut. I know they're trying to show and get a little bit of background to the characters, but it was just so monotonous. And Lawrence's character, of course, she goes on a spiral, but even from the start, it's fairly unlikable. Certainly for me, I didn't particularly. Lawrence's character didn't particularly grow on me at any stage in this. Certainly not at the outset when things seem relatively normal, and certainly not by the end. And we get an introduction, of course, very quickly of a barking little dog as well. I've got enough of those around us where we live, so I just came very, very close to turning this off before the 30-minute mark. But that's a personal thing. I don't dislike dogs. I just want owners to correctly keep dogs under control and stop them from barking all day long. But hey, there you go. Perhaps that's just me. Perhaps everyone's happy with that. I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence, by the way, has horrid toes. Yeah, I didn't like her toes very much, but that's by the by. She wouldn't like mine either. Mine are horrible as well. Anyway, this isn't, apart from the tolls, this isn't a pretty watch at any time as the story unfolds depressingly from one miserable scene to another. The baby sort of gets through it okay. I mean, they are caring parents when we do get a baby introduced, but yeah, you sort of think, where's social services when you need them? But of course, you've got people on hand to mind the kids, etc. But bit questionable stuff of what happens. But of course, we're talking post baby depression, aren't we? You know, so it is something that would happen, of course, especially when the husband is away working, supposedly, although that's part of the film. And but I don't like the Lawrence character from before the baby and after the baby, and it is deliberate, of course. It is. You've got to believe the writer and director who have put this together has done it deliberately, but it certainly didn't help in the watching this. I mean, the scenes are a bit all over the place. You don't seem to really follow You don't have to follow in order, of course you don't, but it just seems so hit and miss. I think that was in line with what was going on screen as well, the gradual breakdown, but it didn't help. Still, it didn't help as far as watching. Listen, Lawrence is excellent. She's fantastic in this role. One of the best I've seen from Jennifer Lawrence in a film. Totally dominates the screen far more. I mean, Pattinson's okay, but Lawrence is superb. But sadly, as entertainment, which I want to be educated perhaps about stuff like this, some illnesses, stuff like mental illness, stuff, illnesses like this girl's got in this. But I do want to be entertained as well. Now, it didn't tick many boxes as far as entertainment's concerned, and just generally was a pretty horrible watch. But there's no doubt it is a powerful film. Kevin Mayer didn't like it, though. He only scored it 20 out of 100. He's from the Times. He said, nothing has dramatic impact. Nobody seems to believe anything they're doing. Lawrence and Pattinson, two innately charismatic performers, are strangely self-conscious, and so many of their scenes seem like experimental improv or half-cooked rehearsals. I think he's right, absolutely. I do disagree perhaps about the dramatic impact. I think something like this needs to be a bit more organised in its presentation. But as I say, that's probably the way the director wanted to do it, and the writer, of course. So we have to go with it. So some people do like it. Roger Moore from Movie Nation liked it a little bit more, but still only gave it 50. He said, there's no getting around the disquiet Ramsey goes for and achieves with this nightmarish primer on postpartum depression. Yes, that's its most extreme, of course. You certainly call something different here in the UK, although we probably call it that now. I'm not too sure. Anyway, but at some point he says the shocks numb you in ways that the tedium of the myopic intimate story hasn't. Yes, tedium isn't probably something this should be aiming at, but yes, it isn't far off, unfortunately. As I said, I did find parts, certainly at the beginning of this, a little bit monotonous. Lana Murray, though, from Empire Film Magazine and website, gave it 80, so Lana liked it. She said, Lynn Ramsey's raw and animalistic character study proves to be the perfect vehicle for Jennifer Lawrence. Don't disagree with that. She's never been better as a woman on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Listen, this is a near 2-hour runtime, a powerful film here, but personally, I'm not sure Ramsey told it properly or got it over properly. I think he told it as how he wanted it, but it certainly didn't satisfy my viewing. I do appreciate it, but others liked it a lot better than I did. And again, I just want to finish off by saying Lawrence is stunning in this and perfect. Everything else, as far as the sets, the scenes, other actors, not quite up to Lawrence's quality. But it is getting a lot of positivity. Rotten Tomatoes, 73% positivity, 166 fresh, but a big chunk of rotten, 62 rotten. So that's a lot, 228 critics. So I would be fresh, yeah, even though I did mention at the outset of this, I'm not going to give this a score, but I would be fresh on it. So I'll make that 167. The website's consensus, a frenzied depiction of a common but oft ignored experience Time I Love might be too stylistically mannered to fully connect, but gives Jennifer Lawrence with one of her most vivid roles yet. Can't disagree with that one. Rotten Tomatoes audience, yeah, 3 out of 5, so they're okay. They're okay on it. Metacritic, 51 critics, 72 out of 100, so again, good. 40 were positive. There was 9 mixed and 2 negative. So I'd have to be mixed on this one because, of course, I wasn't overly impressed with how the story was told. Internet Movie Database, over 11,000 scores and reviews. It's getting a 6.6 out of 10, which is good. Nothing wrong with that. As I said, I'm not going to rate this. It's not the sort of film I would particularly score, and it wasn't the sort of film perhaps I was in the right frame of mind to watch either, which doesn't help. So I will leave this one as far as the scores are concerned. It's not that it didn't warrant a 5 out of 10. I just don't feel I should score this sort of film. It's got a very powerful message in this, of course, delivered by Lawrence herself. And I think Lawrence fans, all I can recommend for this is don't miss out on watching it if you like Jennifer Lawrence. Great role, well played, but needed a few tweaks for me to find it classic as a movie I could heartily recommend to everybody. There you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Great to have your scores. You want to contact me or you want to help with the channel in other ways, or other ways than already mentioned as well, or you want to have a shout out, just get in touch, and there are ways of doing that. Just keep watching and listening.
Hi again, hope you enjoyed the feature, guys. Thanks for watching. Please, if you did enjoy the content, please give us a thumbs up, and if you've not already done so, press that subscribe button. If you've not already subscribed, that'd be wonderful. It's free to subscribe, absolutely free. Also, check out my social media links if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. They'll all be in the description below. And my special thanks to supporters of the channel, yes, Piat6505, who have an eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia, including posters, books, magazines. There'll be a link again in the comments section. And if you're into your football, don't forget my football stuff on Manchester City for general football fans, but mainly City fans, of course. Or if you know someone who might enjoy that, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very, very grateful. And as ever, guys, comments on this feature is wonderful. Anything to do with film and TV is always very, very welcome. It's great to talk film and TV. I thank you guys for your support. Stay safe, everyone.